Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's the flyest vlogger on the planet. My name is Showtime the Czar. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's having a great, positive, productive day as always. You know I got hip hop news, cultural updates, and everything like that for you guys today. But before we do any and all that, you know what you got to do. See that subscribe button on your screen right there. I need you to click that, turn that bell icon on so each and every time one of my videos drop, the content that I'm providing to you, you don't miss it. Let's get into it, y'all. Drop my intro. YouTube, what up, though? All right, so check this out, man. Let's start this thing off by talking about one of my favorite subjects, of course, hip hop, and something that everybody's been talking about in terms of, like, is this person right, wrong, or whatever? All right, what am I talking about? Larussell was on a podcast, and he talked about growing up listening to Wayne and everything like that, just for him to come back years later as an adult and say, you know, Wayne didn't have no substance in his music, right? Now, social media was in a frenzy about that. Some people were saying, well, duh. And some people were saying they disagree. You know what I'm saying? He got this song, this song, this song. Here's what I think, man. I don't think all of Lil Wayne's music has substance, no. But I do think because of the lack of substance in music in today's music, that when you look back at a Lil Wayne, it's easy to point the finger at him and go, yeah, you probably should have had a little bit more, talked about this and that and what's going on in the world today. Because in today's music, you got a lot of these younger artists who just keep making the same song. I heard a comedian say the other day that, and this was actually a subject that we talked about on the radio, that a lot of these artists today, male and female, just keep doing the same thing. All the women just keep making twerking and, you know, twerking and ratchet music, okay, and all the males are just talking about, you know, having ops, you know what I'm saying, and drill music. So when every artist that comes out is just making the same song over and over and over again, you do kind of be like, all right, man, what else y'all got? I don't think Larussell was entirely wrong, but he wasn't entirely right neither. In my opinion, Wayne does have certain songs where he addressed issues. Obviously, Tie My Hands is one of those songs. And he had another song on the Carter 3 album. I can't remember what the song was, but he said something about the late, great Jesse Jackson. So there are songs where he addressed issues. I think Georgia Bush was another one. So he's done it. He just doesn't do it often. But the reason why you can point out that he hasn't done it often, and even these guys right here, Outkast, see what I'm saying? And the reason I bring them up is because they didn't do it often, but they did do it. You dig what I'm saying? So it's easy to point out, and I say all that to say, I'm bringing it back. It's easy to point out when you tired of listening to that type of music today. And when I say that type of music, I'm talking about the drill music, the twerking music, because every artist that comes out, they automatically want to throw you in that lane. So you start listening to it and you go, I don't want to, you know, it's only 3 artists that we acknowledge that make those type of substance songs. And one of them is like, you got Kendrick, you got Cole, and Drake don't really make music with a lot of, he ain't talking about no social issues per se, but Drake make love songs. Drake make, you know, songs for the streets. Drake make dance music. So he's not doing the same thing over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? It just, I don't know. Artists nowadays, they just not versatile no more. Larussell, I think you're looking at Lil Wayne through a small lens, bro, because while he didn't do it again often, he has done it. And to me, you had to do it in that time frame, in that era, in order to be really a hip hop artist. Like today, you don't have to. You can just keep making the same type of raps and never have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, Who do you know today that you can say has a classic album? That's making the same type of music. I'm a Future fan. I think Future, in my opinion, he got some classic mixtapes. Okay, he might got a classic album, but we don't criticize Future and say, well, Future keep making these type of songs. No. Why don't we do that with Future? You know what I'm saying? He don't got no substance in his music, but we still love it. So that's my thoughts, though, man. What do you think about it? Was Larussell right? Was he wrong? Do you agree with him? Do you not agree with him? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. All right, YouTube, it is time for Plot Twist.
I just catch you having fun.
Lori Mack is in the building. What up, though, Lori Mack?
What up, though?
All right, so everyone has been talking about this on social media. So I want to get your opinion first, because obviously you're the lady in the room. You said you grew up watching this show.
Yeah.
Tyra Banks, okay? She dropped a documentary on her America's Next Top Model series.
Yes.
Which had how many seasons?
Ooh, it had 24 seasons.
24 seasons, and
yes.
she missed the last few. I remember they came back with the show, and Rita Ora was the host, right? Mm-hmm. But she talked about her time on the show. You watched it. Tell me what you thought about the documentary.
I thought it was good. I thought it was real messy, too. I thought it was real messy, mainly because, Tyra was there, but it was still how the whole show, how everything painted her anyway. Like, I'm not going to say it painted her to be the villain, but I felt like a simple apology would have sufficed. And I just felt like throughout that whole documentary, that was the one thing that she didn't give. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. But other than that, I felt like the documentary was great. You know what I'm saying?
So remember the documentary that came out? It's not exactly the same, but I'm asking for energy purposes. The documentary about the Nickelodeon, and you had my man's.
Yeah.
Was it that type of energy where you felt like, yeah, he wasn't really a terrible individual. He might have been a horrible boss, but y'all tried to paint him out to be like a super villain. Is that the vibe you got from that, or is it a little bit deeper than that?
I feel like it's a little deeper than that because of where television was at that time when American Next Top Model came out. I'm glad you brought that up.
We're going to talk about that, but go ahead.
Yeah, like because of where it was and the time that it came out, early 2000s.
Right.
I felt like we all wanted to see what was shown on TV. Everybody was trying to keep up with the hype. Everybody was trying to do all these different things. And that's all American Next Top Model was trying to do at that moment. Now, me as a little girl watching it on the screen, I felt like a lot of them challenges were challenging. I don't know if I would have been able to ever do that, which is one of the many reasons why I felt like me and my younger self, when I was in my little modeling days way back when, I never felt like I wanted to go on that show because I didn't feel like I needed to do something or prove something that I wanted to do anyway. And I just felt like that show really just stripped a lot of your confidence, a lot of your everything, your passion. I just felt like a lot of that went out the window.
So what? Because I didn't really. I knew of it. Obviously, I knew some of the models that came out of it because they end up going to be, do other things like Takara and Eva. Yeah.
Yep. Some of them made it to the big lines.
Yeah. So okay, what was like? Because you said some of the challenges seemed very difficult.
Okay, so just to break it down, the main thing of American Next Top Model was they cast women that were aspiring models that wanted to be the next big thing.
And it was like it was reality TV.
It was reality and competition. Mainly, it was for the
like Flavor of Love type.
Kind of, yeah. At the end of it, you win a big prize.
Right.
So they compete 10 women, 10, 12 women. They compete for that final spot.
Gotcha.
Every week they do a competition. They compete. They take photos, and the judge. At the end of that week, one girl gets sent home till there's only one girl standing.
Right.
Then that last woman that wins, they're the one, they end up getting this big modeling deal. Life's changed. You get featured, you get a magazine spread, the whole nine. So for every woman that went on this show, it was life changing. But it was a lot of things that they had to go through. And in regular model world, you have to go through things. You have to swallow your pride a little bit sometimes. You have to, tuck some things under. But it's just, I guess it was just harsh seeing it in that light, but that's what Tyra wanted. Tyra wanted to show what it was to be a model, to go through the process, to do those things. And that's why I respected her. But at the same time, I just felt like a lot of times she just didn't get it right. You know, a lot of the competition she was doing, she just didn't. It just started losing its own flair.
Did you watch what Rita Ora was on there, or you was like, nah, I'm cool on that?
I watched it
religiously. Sounds like.
Well, I watched it more when Tyra was on there. I only seen a few episodes when she got on there.
Got you.
When Tyra left, I mean, it was pretty much over with.
Right,
For
right.
any real American Next Top Model fan that was watching it from beginning to end, they seen where the light started to dim. And when they got rid of Miss J with the J's, you know, Nigel, everybody, it was just a done deal.
Okay, so let me ask you this then too. You said you feel like she needed an apology. Why you say that? She need to apologize to them.
I feel like she needed to apologize for the experience that some of these women went through. You know, some of these experiences were traumatizing, life-changing. And that was made very clear in the documentary, which made me know that it was made very clear when it happened. And it just never seemed like she followed through with these women. And that's the sad part, is that she didn't follow up. She didn't, after the show, she didn't say nothing to these women. She didn't reach back out to these women. Some of these women went through some things. If you watch the documentary, I don't want to be a spoiler, but if you watch it, one woman even talked about how they were drinking wine, and then some of the dudes that they did a photo shoot with came over, and they were all drinking, and she was intoxicated, and she don't really remember. She was blacking in and out.
Damn.
And they were filming the whole time. And she ended up cheating on her boyfriend. You know, they end up doing things that they didn't show that part. But, you know, they downplayed it. But for her, it was traumatizing. They made her have to, the cameras had to be rolling when she called her boyfriend to tell him and everything. So she was humiliated on TV.
Damn.
She didn't want to be on the show anymore. And that was a little bit of the documentary. You know what I'm saying? And even then, after that, it was Tyra didn't come check on me. Tyra didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Now, see, okay, my only thing is, and I've been hearing that logic too. Like, what's the guy's name? Mrs. J?
Mm-hmm. Miss J.
Okay.
Mr. J, Miss J.
So I've been hearing that too. Now, as a person that I didn't watch the show, obviously,
Right.
I feel like she's getting a lot of blame, obviously, because her name's on it, right? I don't know if, and you can tell me, right or wrong, does she deserve 100% of the blame? Because there are producers on these shows that allow some of these things to happen. So my only thing is, while we're pointing the finger at Tyra, then she does deserve some blame because she allows some of this stuff. But there's producers that say, push it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So is the backlash that she getting warranted, or is it just a little, are we coming down on?
I mean, I feel like it's a little bit of both, especially with a lot of people that haven't seen it or didn't see it back in its time.
Right.
It's a lot of bias. You know what I'm saying? I feel like as far as the comments go and the ridicule and all that they're doing, because it is a lot of the producers' call. And even though she did create the show, she was the executive producer. All that
How
good
young
stuff.
was she when she did this? So she had to be in
like
her
she was in her like early, like I don't know,
30s, I'm thinking.
early 30s, maybe late 20s.
Yeah.
But when she started this, she had a dream, she had a vision,
Right.
but she had to go in there with a partner. You know what I'm saying? And with that, it's a lot of things that are in place. Now, before she had her foot in there a little bit more, but then as time went on, she kind of didn't have a lot of say. And that was also in the documentary. Like she didn't really know a lot of things that was going on. But that's why when it was brought to her attention, she should have addressed it.
Gotcha.
Because she didn't have to be there for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Great. Granted, she wasn't the one that was making a lot of these things, a lot of these calls. Great. But at the same time, after it made a person that was on your show feel some type of way, or even a cast member or anybody, address it. I mean, as a woman, you just want to make sure you leaving good things as you're going. You know what I'm saying? Even if it wasn't the best call, you could have been like, hey, they could have did better. I'm sorry that you felt this way. If you need counseling, I can get you this. If you need this, I can get you that.
So what do you think the next step is for Tyra?
Well, from what we're hearing, the next step for her is that she's coming out with a season 25, a cycle 25.
Got you. I'm going to watch the doc just because I keep seeing it. I didn't watch the show, obviously, so I want to see.
I'll watch it with you again. It was just that good, you know?
All right, so let us know how you feel about the America's Next Top Model doc. Did you watch it? What were your thoughts and opinions on it? Fellas, this sound pretty good. I know a lot of us did not watch it, but you know what I'm saying? The ladies is loving it, and it's a lot of women on there too, so why not watch it, brother? But that's all we got for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this episode, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow us both on socials, and until next time, we're out of here, y'all.